Welcome to the Michael ALPOUGH Life, Love, and Laughter Show. Today is Friday, and this is my 22nd show. It's good to be here. I want to welcome those who are coming into the live stream, and also I want to welcome the ones who will be coming in later today, tomorrow, and for a lifetime to come. Thank you so much for being here. Been a weird day. Today I broke my fast. It's funny. I don't know if your body or it's your mind that tells you, but the thing is about doing a fast is there's your surroundings, and that's what's so hard about it. So the thing is even doing it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is, it does help your body. And of course, I will be going back on it again. But good times. Was able to calm down the inflammation in the body. It really was. I feel like I was puffy. That went down. So just having the added inflammation, the things that seem to come up here today. I want to continue with the. Yes, we're going to continue with the Cptsd. That's always going to be an ongoing topic here because of the times that we're facing here, and that it's really weird and it's really new and it's something that doesn't seem to be going away at any time further. So today is just kind of a review day here. I'll be talking about a few things off topic, some of the funny things that I've seen here, and some of the things that I've had to actually learn from. Now, one of the things I want to ask you is if you will go to my YouTube page, which is now the Michael ALPOUGH Life, Love, and Laughter page. If you go there, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my page so that you get reminders of my shows. Plus, it really, really, really helps me. I need to build up. I need to get 100 subscribers as soon as possible. And I could really use your help in passing on that information. It's so interesting. When I went to go do my, when I went to go change it and everything, started changing the actual page and everything. And I talked to a buddy of mine, and he, asked him to go to subscribe. So he goes and subscribes, and then he gives me a text message, and it's really strange. I just got to show you this. Share this real quick. This is the text message that I actually received. He says, I went to YouTube and subscribed. It's pretty obvious who you are, but who is the other Michael ALPOUGH guy? All about a hip hop, get lowriders and car shows. Are you promoting that, or is that just another Michael? It could really confuse your venue. Okay, Big R, just letting you know. Thank you for telling me that. So it's interesting. So I go immediately and I go and check it. And sure enough, so just to let you know, Big R, that this is not me. Now, this is Michael ALPOUGH, hip hop artist, and he is probably my cousin. Okay, he's a lot younger than me. I'm sure he's in his early 20s. I actually listened to some of his stuff. Didn't sound too bad to me. Of course, he's an ALPOUGH. Okay, his first name is Michael. So if you're interested in hip hop, go to my cousin and check out some of his stuff when it comes up to me. Now it's what do you call it? I think rated or whatever in terms of profanity and stuff like that. But again, to my cousin Michael, I wish you the best. Get that Alpo name out there. It just, again, life is stranger than fiction. Okay. I'll never forget what's his name? Captain Kirk. He stated that science is science fiction. And that absolutely made me think of, again, what are my surroundings? And so, it'll be watching this show years from now, or months from now, or weeks from now, or hours from now. I'm telling you, we're living in a strange time. To those who are doing well, congratulations, keep going. To those that are struggling, this is in the times that we're in. Now, like I said, I'll be 64 next month. I mean, if you've been in my times and you grew up in my times, this ain't nothing new being broke. Okay? This ain't nothing new struggling. This ain't nothing new. We done gone through it. So, to go from eating, grain bread and the most expensive one to eating 99-cent, that ain't nothing. You always know it's time to get out. You just got to work at it. That's why it's time now to, reinvent yourself. We don't have the money that the 1% have. So we're always on a fine line. But then you hear about all the people who made money, and a lot of them, some ended up homeless. One of my guys I used to like, I like the Bash Brothers. You remember the Bash Brothers? Jose Canseco and what's his name? Mark McGuire. When they were the Bash Brothers, and this is a long time ago. Jose Canseco was so cool, back in them days when they traveled. Where, man, it was like they were the Beatles of baseball. It was really cool. And so then the steroid thing comes out, which I don't think gets found out till later. But till Mark also we went to St. Louis. That's kind of when it all kind of came out there, and he had that season, but he wasn't with Oakland at the time. He signed with St. Louis. So let me get this guy off. Anyway, didn't mean to have him on that long. I'm just sitting there blabbing him. I'm like, wow, I wish I was that young. I've been sitting there going, I wish I was that young. Anyway, my apologies. So anyway, Jose Canseco, Bash Brothers. Anyway, this is just to give you some perspective. So Jose Canseco lost all of his $55 million that he made. Okay. Now we already know half of that went to taxes. Some of that went to an agent, state tax and all that stuff. So you get taxed a lot. But again, at the end of the day, he's probably got at least 25 million, right? Cash, right? At the end of the day, right? Okay. Plus he, did commercials and things like that. So, he made some money on that. And then he started doing the steroids. Now, again, they say steroids don't harm you, but I just saw what was on Vlad. I don't know if you heard of Vlad. He interviews people. He's been online, forever. So he was interviewing Jose Canseco. And wow, when they put him on, he's like this. And you're like, oh, wow, I guess I'm like, whoa, I guess steroids didn't affect you after all, Jose. It's like, I mean, so he actually ended up homeless, and he talked about it. He ended up homeless. He literally ended up sleeping in a garage for months. And, you go, what little money you make, and I've never been homeless. So, so if you think about that perspective and you think of all the people, and I'm not picking on Jose. I'm not picking on him. There's other guys, other people in the past, like Sly Stone ended up, there's people you could just go over and over about people. And there are actually some working actors in Los Angeles that were working that are homeless now. Okay. So anyway, there is this perspective. So you got to, it's sometimes hard to compare yourself to others because you're in the middle of yours. Because you're in the middle of it. They're not in the middle of you. Remember we talked about yesterday. People aren't thinking about what they did to you. They don't. It's not that I'm not saying they don't care. I'm just saying they're not thinking about you. So who's going to think about you? You. So it's time to perform. Okay. It's time to, reinvent yourself at this time. There's a lot of my friends who are artists. I was an artist. I still consider myself an artist, but, I was in the music business. I did see some of my friends actually make it. Gosh, I forgot. I should have put a picture of Tony. One of my best buddies, it's Tony Lamines, and he signed with Prince Records, and it was like it was in the paper now. It was in the Hollywood Reporter. Okay. That Tony signed a $7 million deal. This is late 80s. Okay. A $7 million deal. And we done made it. I'm like, look, I already have my own business, and I'm in the middle of my music stuff too. But I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll be a roadie for this boy. That's my boy. Now, we both kind of look like, all right, because we were light skinned and we had the curly hair. Okay. I don't have it anymore, but I did at one time. All right. See, I did have it. I had long hair. All right. So I did. I've shaved it off. No, that's why I've shaved it off. So anyway, getting back to Tony. So Tony signs for $7 million. He's with Prince. That's Paisley Park. So you think he's made it because Prince has made it? Prince is huge. And I guess the guys who they signed with was actually an attorney firm, I think. These Italian guys, I forgot their names. Anyway, they're huge. And so finally, I'm like, I got a chance to see Tony after all the hoopla fell down. And, we were able to, we spent Christmas together one year, about a year afterwards. Okay. About a year afterwards, I was finally able to, where we could actually get together because, he's in another world now. He's going back and forth to Minneapolis and things like that. Right. So now, I come over and I'm with his Vanity's sister, Patrice, who he was with at the time. Very nice lady. All the Matthew ladies were good. Vanity included, rest of soul. So we were sitting around and I'm like, he's in a nice place. Now, don't get me wrong. It's nice. And I'm like going, it's a nice place, man. And he's like, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, well, what's up, man? Why? Well, you a millionaire now. Right? Right? When you assume that? He said, no, man. No. I ain't seen none of that money. What? Yeah, man, it goes to all the recordings and hiring of the band. And I thought they paid for that. And no. Well, how much money did they give you? 60 grand. I'm like, 60 grand. What? I'd have made that. I'd made that kind of that year. And he goes, man, the music business is nothing what you think it is. Okay. So if you don't know this, you see all the glitz and glats and glats and glitz that you see with these stars and everything. And there's only a few major stars that are making the money. Okay. This is why Prince became the symbol. He became the symbol, right? Because the only way he could get back his masters was to record them under another name. So meanwhile, guys, when you sell a record, you can ask anyone. You make about 6 cents to a quarter on every one you sell, man. And, if you're a DJ and you're writing your music and you get signed for, some of these companies, Beatport, etc., they only sell your songs for 99 cents, you see? So really what it keeps coming down to is where you're left with is performing, okay? Because that's what they'll tell you. If you want to make the money, get out on the road. That's how you make your money, is doing shows. So that's how they make their money. Now, even some now, these stars, you see them, they're all doing commercials. All doing commercials, okay? For some political thing where they get to make money. Okay, because now that's where the money is in politics. Really, it's in politics. Did you hear Caitlyn Jenner was running for governor of California? Caitlyn Jenner, aka formerly Bruce Jenner. All right. It was her name, Mary Carey, something like that. She's an adult film star. She's running. I'll tell you what, as weird as it is, I tell you, I bet you Caitlyn's got it shot. The way if Arnie did it in his time, then this might be that time. And if, that don't tell you that we're in different times, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So I'm over here in Arizona. It's pretty cool over here. And that's one of the things I wanted to lead into again. My next is talking about how the COVID is affecting people in all different areas. And so I live out in a small town, which is a small city that's small enough to be called a large Mayberry RFD. So this, you could say this, I'm Andy Griffith, except I'm not the sheriff. And, but I may be Barney Fife. The police here are very friendly, unless you're messing up. You come speeding down, going 70 miles an hour in a 45, you will get stopped. Okay. See, it's a peaceful town. And to tell you the truth, everybody's packing and everybody tells on everybody. So if somebody still gets their bike stolen, they put it on our next door app. Look out for this bike. If the cat's missing, look out for this cat. And I tell you, most of the time, everything is found here. And when I got stopped, now it says Negro on my driver's license. Okay. So, you know, they already run your name before, okay, before they walk up to the door. They already know all about you. Just to make sure that's you. That's all they got to do. See your picture, all your information. Okay. I have been what I call racial profile. It is how you handle it. It is how you handle it. Okay. We're all individuals now. It doesn't matter what your color is. And if you are Negro, then you have to be even more aware. You know, it's your fault. It's the sign of the times, and it's been that way for a long time. You know, it's no different than it has been always for women. Okay. No one has, you know, they talk about all the mistreatment that women get. Because they're not talking about that. Okay. Really. You could definitely make an argument that is her support on the abuse of women is above everything else. So now when we here in Arizona, they never even closed down. Okay. Now the thing is, we closed down. We didn't close down, but every sign that every place you go, you have to wear a mask. Now, it isn't mandatory, but you have to wear the mask. They ask you to wear your mask. So, and then when you're in the neighborhoods, walking your dog, because a lot of people do, they go to the park and nobody's wearing masks. Okay. So, of course, I hate wearing a mask, and it takes your breath away, and it does. It takes your breath away. I think in the long term, it's not going to be good. But certainly right now, whether or not it works or not completely, we just haven't had that outbreak here. And so, and some people are taking the shot and some people aren't. Frankly speaking, this is America. I'm not going to tell anybody to wear a mask. Okay. I'm going to wear mine because I'm around the elderly. Me. No, just kidding. Me. Anyway, you know, but yes, my mother-in-law, you know. So, you know, it's just different everywhere. It really is. And that's why it's really hard for some people to understand what's going on in these cities and the riots, and then people who are out in other different environments. And so what you got here is just sections, you know, like Kansas City, Missouri is breaking out, but Overland Park is not as bad, and they're not far. So now it could have changed here by now, but again, it just seems to be in sections where it breaks out in. So now I live near a major metropolitan area in Phoenix. Now it is spiking here. It is. And I'm definitely predicting that it's definitely going to spike again. And so while as an American, I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do. I will say just go in caution. All right. Go in caution. And, you know, here's the weekend. We want to get out and enjoy yourself, but just be cautious. Okay, just be cautious. So we're going to stop here till now. I'll be back later on tonight. Not sure what time. I want to say 6, but it could be like 7. I will be trying to find some funny things to say. So I'm not planning any actual comedy thing tonight, but I definitely am looking to find some jokes here so we can keep going. Have some entertainment. I will be doing some stand-up here down the road. Here's my stage back here, one of them. So you'll be seeing me, and I'll get to see if my jokes work on you. I've made quite a few people laugh in my time. So, and I want to keep you laughing, loving, and living your life the way you want to do. When your mind is troubled, fill it with love. Fill it with love. Fill it with love. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening. And please, would you go to my YouTube channel, Michael ALPOUGH, Life, Love, and Laughter Show, please, and subscribe. It really helped me out. Please, please go do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.